The U.S. military facing a big problem here on the home front. There simply are not enough people signing up to serve. The recruiting shortfall hitting the Army the hardest. The goal is to get 56,000 new enlistees by the end of September. But as of late June, the Army was 60% short of that goal. Here to talk about the situation, Allison Jaslow. She's an Iraq War veteran and advocate for military families. Good morning. Thank you so much, Allison, for being with us. You know, there are a lot of problems that could be looked at in terms of recruiting. One, the pandemic. So for the past couple of years, people just didn't get out. The recruiting efforts were definitely minimized. The tight labor market is another thing that people are pointing to. And the fact that fewer younger people are actually fit enough to join the military, obesity being a huge concern. But is there just a general lack of interest for people wanting to join the Army? Is this a PR issue?
You know, I actually think the points that you just mentioned are the biggest hurdles for the military. I mean, the fact that recruiters couldn't get into high schools to be able to recruit young people for a year or 18 months, depending on where you live in America, is a huge hurdle, but also being able to get out into the community really set them back. And then, you know, I will say it is really tragic that only 25% of young people these days are even eligible, to your point about not being fit enough to serve, which is, you know, makes it hard for the recruiters to even contact the individuals who can get into a uniform to begin with. I think that oftentimes the recruiters would tell you that they actually have people who are interested, but who can't qualify to actually serve, which is a challenge. And then to your other point, the tightening labor market means that there are other people or other employers out there in the world who can make some very attractive offers to people who would otherwise serve. So case in point, you've got not just the Army, but the entire military looking at the largest recruiting shortfall since the end of the Vietnam War, which is a real problem for our country, for our nation, our national security, especially if we want to be a nation that still wants to serve our wars with all volunteers.
But I think that, I mean, this is a different generation. Don't you think? The military now offering $50,000 signing bonuses. So that's very impressive, but that seems to not even be enough. How can the military be more visible? Because we don't have a culture where you see men and women in uniform everywhere you go, like you might have a few years ago. And the fact is that there are a lot of people who don't have the same sense of heart or honor or patriotism for this country to maybe even want to serve in the armed forces.
You know, you hit on something that I'm quite passionate about. The military-civilian divide these days is very vast. You know, in previous generations, everyone had a grandfather who had served, or everyone had a family member who had served. And now, few people even know us. So culturally, we are just very out of touch as a nation with the military. So even having sort of that sense of duty or honor modeled to us, I think at least for the younger generations, doesn't really exist. And also, you know, this is now 20 years past 9/11. And so we haven't seen it in the headlines either for decades, even though we were at war and actually continue to still be at war. And so to your point, I actually think that military service or the idea of service is not really in the public consciousness these days. And I think that we could probably do a better job as a nation to get it out there. So I hope that this is just a blip for the military right now. I hope that this is just a year like many other sectors where we're trying to recover from a pandemic. But if we don't do better next year, we should really be sounding the alarms.
Yeah, and it might be one of those years where it's off, and then you have a whole resurgence of people who say that they want to be dedicated, similar to what happened following 9/11 in this country, where we saw so many people enlist because they felt that duty and that honor. But unfortunately, it's a little different time in history. Allison Jaslow, hopefully the military can start to become more visible again now that we are all back to some sort of normal. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.